The great Silkovsky once said, "One could count 1,000,000,000,000 suns in the known universe. So why do we deny other intelligent beings? It is said, if they were out there, they would have visited Earth.
Atomic Heart 2 is
My
the sequel of an
answer is-
original and interesting first-person shooter RPG game released some years ago. The second game promises to improve the weak points of the first game, and also bring better graphics, a more fluid gameplay, and a more immersive open world, since it was the biggest flaw of the first game for me. The studio developing it is Munfish, and it's coming out to PC and consoles, which consoles are not confirmed, but probably all of the current generation.
Maybe they will visit us. But time has not come yet for this. The dawn of a new era. The era of Atomic Heart 2.
Ayla is an interesting and unique first-person survival horror game, and the idea of the game sounds really interesting, as you will see here, and it's being developed by Pulsatrix Studios. In the game we'll control a game tester in a future world, so the VR games will be the main idea for the story, so in some moment the experience of the game will be also part of the reality that will end up becoming a true horror. The most interesting thing here is that the game will mix a game, in the game, and the reality of the game, so we'll surely see a lot of different places and times during the game. What sounds really fun? The game is coming out probably in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC. Borderlands 4 is the new adventure of the most acclaimed looter-shooter series. It's an FPS series with some RPG mechanics, and it's being developed by Gearbox Software. If you've never played some game of the series, it's a fun and unique FPS experience with quirky characters and a very fun progression, especially if you play with some friends. This promises to be the greatest Borderland experience. The series is known for being unique and really fun, and it's coming out in September 12, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2, and Microsoft Windows.
This city is a miracle of progress. A finely tuned, delicately balanced machine. But it only takes one rebellious little gear to ruin.
Clockwork Revolution is a new FPS game inspired in the classic and iconic BioShock. The game is being developed by the studio Inxile Entertainment, a Xbox game studio, and is confirmed to Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. The release date is not confirmed yet, but is believed to be in 2025 or 2026. Embark on a grand adventure in the steampunk metropolis of Avalon, wielding an incredible invention that allows you to travel into the past and influence key events, altering the course of history. So if you like FPS games with an interesting storyline and a good combat, this is a game that you should keep an eye out for. In my opinion, it looks promising.
And well armed. Let's go and end a few arguments. Time. And if they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I can...
Welcome to the Guild. We have been expecting you. Please, follow me. You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives. Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work.
Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is the new game of this immense first-person shooter series, and for the happiness and sadness of some, the series is coming back to a futuristic style, the most hated Call of Duty era. But now let's see if they'll create something better now. It's being developed by Activision Studios, and it's coming out in some moment of 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Windows, but a Nintendo Switch 2 version may be confirmed in the future.
Andy Shepkowski calling on a recorded line. I can't tell you everything over the phone, but you need to come down here tonight, please. 6 p.m. I'll let you into the building. Place will be empty.
Compound Fracture is a modern first-person shooter game, but resembles classic first-person shooter of the start of 2000s. Even reminded me of the classic Turok games. That was really fun. The game is being developed by the studio Ateria Games and is only confirmed to PC so far, but there's no official release date, maybe 2025 or even later. In the forests of an untouched planet, there is a lone installation, a game that looks really fun for the fans of classic boomer shooter FPS games.
We sent in a team 2 weeks ago. Nothing. Chronogas is ready to cut their losses and shut the portal down, even if that means leaving hundreds of people for dead. You'll hear on the news that they died in an oil rig explosion or something, and nobody, not you or OSHA...
This way.
It's close. Stay here. Stand guard.
If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
Dying Like the Beast is a standalone adventure from the original games, and it's being developed by Techland. In case you don't know how it works, it's an open world filled with zombies, so you need to survive, using different types of weapons, which you can explore for more. But the most interesting part of the game is the gameplay itself, with a first-person camera and insane parkour movements. For the ones who like especially the first Dying Light, you should keep an eye out for this game, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Windows, in August 21st, 2025.
He's experimenting on humans like they're lab rats. God only knows what the Baron's planning to do with those monsters.
What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I've just been so depressed lately.
You know, it would fix everything. Humanzapro.
High on Life 2 is the sequel of an original and charismatic first-person shooter game being developed by the studio Squanch Games and is coming out in the end of 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Windows, coming day one to Xbox Game Pass. An intergalactic conspiracy threatens the fate of humanity. Team up with a wide cast of talking alien guns as you shoot, stab, and skate your way through the exotic locales to take down the bad guys and save your favorite species, humans.
Humans are barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
Ill is a first-person horror game that's even hard to believe it's real. The game is being developed by the studios Munfish and Team Cloud and is being developed for some years already, as it was first announced in 2021 and many people thought that it had been cancelled, but it seems it's still standing and is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Windows with no release date yet. But if it's as good as it looks, it'll be one of the scariest video games ever released.
I wish I hadn't come here for this.
Instinction is an insane upcoming first-person shooter. The main difference of this game is that it's not a usual FPS game, but one with dinosaurs. What's not so unique, we've seen some before already, but this one got some absolutely realistic dinosaurs in a matter of graphics and motions. Not that we know how dinosaurs really were, but the game is insane. It's being developed by the studio Hashbane Interactive and is aimed to be released in 2025, but there's no release date yet, and it'll be released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. And it's probably going to be a game that will be remembered for its graphics.
painless death. If you had the chance to do it all.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Say hi back.
Of course they know.
What if I told you that their love, their fear, their hate were nothing? You are the frog in a pot, boiling so slowly. You don't even know what's happening. But I'm here.
Judas is the new first-person shooter developed by the creator of BioShock series, the famous Ken Levine. The studio developing it is Ghost Story Games, and the game is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. It was supposed to be released in March of 2025, but it was postponed, and now it got no release date, but shall be released in some moment of 2025. A disintegrating starship, a desperate escape plan. You are the mysterious and troubled Judas. Your only hope for survival is to make or break alliances with your worst enemies. Will you work together to fix what you broke, or will you leave it to burn? The story shall be complex and intriguing, just like BioShock series is.
Free. Whether you like it or not.
A rare piece of drift technology has been detected somewhere in the canyon. We need you to retrieve it for study. Well done, Fox. Your sentence has been reduced by 100 days.
Is your work so relentless, little scout?
The scout's job is to explore...
Luna Abyss is an upcoming FPS game set in the famous bullet hell style. If you don't know it, it's one of those games that there'll be a lot of projectiles and things to avoid in combat, just like some boss fights in Cuphead. It's being developed by the studio Bonsai Collective and got no release date yet, maybe 2025 or 2026, and it'll be available on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. A single-player story-driven action-adventure with fluid platforming and bullet hell combat. Follow the journey of Fox, a prisoner of Luna caught between a cryptic prophecy and their prison sentence. The game features a fast and tight gameplay with challenging combat moments set in an immersive universe. Metroid Prime 4 is a FPS game of Metroid series. The first one was a true success, and this one is being immensely anticipated, and it's being developed by Retro Studios, Nintendo. Almost 20 years after the third Metroid Prime, we'll finally see a brand new huge and thrilling adventure of Samus Aran, the famous galaxy bounty hunter. So prepare to experience one of the biggest games of this series. We know that Nintendo games are usually games with extreme quality, and this will probably be the same. If you want to play it, know that it's coming out in some moment of 2025, only on Nintendo Switch 1 and 2. Routine is another horror game set in space, but here, it's not in a ship but an abandoned lunar base and will be set in a first-person camera. The game is being developed by Lunar Software, and as I said will be set in the moon with a sci-fi style, exploring and surviving in a retro-futurist 80s. Here you won't just explore, but also survive the dangers of the place. For now what we know is that there will be some bots trying to kill you, but maybe, just maybe, there will be more surprises, we don't know. But there's no release date yet, maybe 2025 or 2026 to Windows and Xbox Series X and S, maybe a PlayStation 5 version could be confirmed too, but not yet.
We begin by hearing an old, wise-sounding voice. And we see a quiet, peaceful setting. This will make our game seem big and important. Something must break the serenity. Will this creature be in the game? No. Say goodbye to it forever. Suddenly, and for no reason, people running.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a new sci-fi FPS RPG, and will obviously be a sequel to the first game, and it's again being developed by Obsidian Entertainment. We know that the Obsidian released Avowed this year, and now they're surely working on the development of the Outer Worlds 2, and it's probably going to be in the same style of the original game, a fun open-world adventure. And it's coming out in October 29, 2025, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series X and S, Windows, and PlayStation 5, so if you played the first one on PlayStation and thought that the second wouldn't be there, yes, it will.
And like all good sequels, we've included everything that should have been in the first game. More action. More weapons. And more graphics. In 2025.
The Midnight Walkers is a new online PvPvE first-person extraction game, and here, the universe is taken by zombies. That'll be the standard enemies of the game. The studio developing it is One Way Ticket Studio, and the game is planned to be released still in 2025, only to PC. Fight, loot, and survive in a PvPvE first-person zombie extraction game set in Liberty Grand Center, a towering mega-complex overrun by deadly zombies and brutal bosses. Craft weapons, search for loot, or steal from other survivors. Escape with your life or descend deeper and discover its horrors.
I hope this will be our last journey and bring us richness and freedom. But what's the value of human freedom if it's to face hell? This way.
The Mount Omen of Cthulhu is a new co-op game set in the universe of the famous Cthulhu. The game is being developed by the Studio Ace team and will be published by Nacon. It shall be released in some moment of 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. In up to 4-player co-op, form a group of explorers searching for treasure. In this cursed jungle, danger is everywhere and monstrous creatures alter reality. Stay clear-headed and tame the jungle before it devours you. The game shall envelope adventure with horror, since it's a horror universe, and in the gameplay trailer it looks like a sort of Left 4 Dead. That's a beloved style, but it's been kind of forgotten nowadays in my opinion. But let's hope that this is a good game. The Lost Wild is a new sort of survival horror set in a mix of modern age with the dinosaurs age. The studio developing it is Great Ape Games, and the game got no release date yet, maybe 2025 or 2026, and it's only confirmed for PC so far. A survival horror adventure about overcoming nature's most formidable forms of life. Explore overgrown research facilities nestled in a lush wilderness. Be resourceful, intimidate, evade, and unravel the mystery at the heart of the island. So if you like horror and dinosaurs, this game shall be really interesting for you.